Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we create visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decision for your application. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so here we have this residential application, and this is an outdoor loggia area here. They also have a pool house over on this side here, and let's go straight into the overall dimensions. So on the pool house, I have here at 14.1 to this wall to the outer edge of this piece here, and then I have a 16.2 from here to here. I have a center beam of height on the center beam here at 12'7", and then I have a 9'4" to the lower beam over here. And on the loggia area, I have so it's 21.5 feet from here to here, and then a depth here of about 15 feet here to here, and a height on the bottom of this beam here at 9'6". Now this could be a recessed ceiling, and it most likely is, but if that's true, it's probably another 12 inches up, so that would be 10'6" on the mounting height, which these should be okay at that mounting height, but you might consider using one of the higher volume options that I'm going to show in this video here. So let's see if there's anything else that we want to talk about. I think there is a fan located in the center over here, I believe. I don't have that placed, but this should be okay. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. So turn that dimension off, and we'll go ahead, and I should also mention that the joists that I placed them in this orientation. It might be perpendicular to this orientation, so that might also have a change, might cause a change in the actual placement, but I'm going to show you two different orientations anyway, so we'll go ahead and keep on going. And let's go ahead and turn that, let's go ahead and just look at the option 1 here. So option 1 would be to utilize 2 of the 6,000 watt units recessed. I have this as a stucco ceiling. If it is a combustible ceiling, you want to make sure that you place the heater elevation, so the heater itself has to be at the same elevation as the bottom of the combustible surface. I do have the flush mount frame, so it's fitted in the depth of the I should say within 1/2 inch from this edge of the openings or the venting of the flush mount kit to the edge of the stucco, and that would be true with any type of wooden surface finish as well. Again, you just need to make sure you lower the heater to the same elevation if it is actually a combustible surface. So bear that in mind, and we should go ahead and look at the distances apart. So you know, if there is a fan placed in here, so that you do know that you need to maintain at least 18 inches from the fan blade to the heater itself. Here's the dimensions below, so you can see that the dimensions are 18 inches from this edge here to the edge of the clearances that are required here. So the fan could go in the middle, but it has to be such that it's not going to be, the fan blades won't be in the combustible area. Now, if the fan is a steel blade construction and non-combustible, then this would not apply. However, you don't want the ray to penetrate the blade itself, so that would cause it to probably deform in time and not look so well. So let's go ahead and keep that in mind. I do have these heaters placed center to center at 10'2", and then I have them placed centered within the span from here to this edge here. So bear that in mind, and let's go ahead and see what the footprint of heat would be. Footprint of heat is fairly decent. I would probably like it just about another foot in. So I mean, I would probably like to see this about 5 or 6 inches in to the right, left rather, and then 6 inches to the right on this heater. So that would just, you know, give it 9'2" if that's possible. But I know there's a fan in there, so I'm kind of trying to avoid that. Again, the heater I should say the lattice or joist workings up inside here. You can see that you want to make sure that you place the heaters or the joists in such a manner that allows the positioning of the heaters here. You can see that this joist here is coming right in contact with that 1 hour fire rated box here, which is a 5/8 drywall, finished on all 5 sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the back side there 5, and then the heater fits in within the flush mount kit itself, and then the 1 hour fire rated boxes inside there. All right, so you can see that the footprint of heat is fairly decent. You could slightly angle the heater, and I'm talking about 1 to 2, 3 degrees inwards, and you can get a little bit more overlapping, or like I said before, you could move them a little bit closer to each other. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the, well, let's go back and look at some other option here, I should say. So that would be that one option, and let's go with the placing the heaters in the other directions. Now, if the joists are going in this direction, then this would be something that you could do, no problem. However, the fan being there, that might be an issue for this application, because I'm going to delete that here. Give me 1 second. So the fan being in the middle here, you need that 18 inches. You don't have enough for a fan blade here in the center, so this would not be my preferred application. However, it would give you a footprint of heat that's fairly decent down below. So that's this option, and then of course, yeah, you'd have to go with the lattice in this direction or box this area out here if that's possible as well. All right, so the other option would be to take 4 units and do the exact same thing. Now we do need to maintain that 18 inches of clearance on this side to this edge. So if it's a drop down ceiling, or sorry, a recessed ceiling, you want to make sure that you do have that 18 inches of clearance, and that's on all 4 sides, including I have this over here. You can see that, you know, this is a non-combustible surface here, but if it is combustible, then you're going to need to move that, you know, so that's 18 inches of clearance. So I believe I have these here at approximately, let's see here, let's go off the ends here just to make it simple. So center to center would be, yeah, so we have 11 feet center to center. So that would be here to here, 11 feet. And you could, again, you do have that issue with regards to that fan that would be placed here in the middle. You want to make sure that you're meeting those clearances. So if I have the fan dimensions, I could place that in there, and we can take a look at how that will fit. So, but again, that would have to be that these joists are going in this direction here, as opposed to what you see here. So it needs to be perpendicular to what you see. All right, so let's see if we can look at the pool heater locations, and let's see here. Here we go. So here are, and by the way, the other heaters are all 6,000 watt units, if I hadn't mentioned that, and these are also the CD 6024s. The other models are WD 6024s with a flush mount kit, and then you would install your own 1 hour fire rated enclosure in the ceiling there. So what I did here is I matched the bracket up to the slope on the ceiling. I had, let's see here, give me 1 minute, I'm sorry about that. So here you can see that I placed from this edge of the beam here all the way to the center of the heater bracket itself at roughly 2 feet, so it's 1 foot 11 and 7/16. And then I have these heaters angled at approximately 15 degrees from straight down, 15 degrees up. That way we're getting a good coverage on the outside edges here and here. You can see there's very good overlapping here in the middle. Now you could place them on the wall, but or on this beam here, except that when you place a 6,000 watt element, a unit on this vertical surface, it requires 12 inches of clearance as opposed to the 6 inches of clearance that it requires when you place it on the ceiling. So that is why I placed it on the ceiling, and also maintained my 18 over here and over here. So again, centered in the patio, and I think that looks pretty good, and it has a fairly decent coverage for this application here. So all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and if you wouldn't mind, please tap that like button. We don't advertise, we don't not monetized. YouTube does not promote our channel unless we receive your thumbs up, and we greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Have an excellent day.